Jackie Hajdenberg. I'm extremely Jewish, but I'm also actually Latin American. Yeah, so my ancestors actually came to this country via the famously treacherous journey that all immigrants had to go through back in the day, LaGuardia Airport. Yeah, so both my parents are actually from Argentina, but if you ever meet somebody from Argentina with a German-sounding last name like mine,
oh shit!
Give you a second there. Yeah, you gotta get some cultural context, right? Yeah, so it's pretty easy to do though. You just have to ask, if they were there before the Great Depression, they're the good guys, like my family. If they won't exactly tell you where they were before 1945. Abuelita Hilda's memories of the so-called good old days may have a hint of war crimes. Great. So, excuse me for a sec. So I am actually a really big know-it-all. Do you guys remember when there was that really bad hurricane a few months ago, and like a lot of people died?
Oh yeah. That happened.
That's not something to laugh at though. So I remember that my friend's family was in one of the areas that was hit pretty hard, so I gave her a call just to check on how her family was doing. And so she picks up, and I ask her how she's doing, how the family's doing, and she says, it was pretty bad, like Hurricane Henry was really bad. And before she could even continue the sentence, I had to interrupt her, and I said, actually, it's pronounced Henri. They're all doing fine now. All right, so I'm 25. I went to grad school for journalism. And I don't have a job. So I've pretty much come to terms with the fact that I'm never gonna own property. One place that I could potentially succeed though is the digital world of The Sims, like the computer game. Oh. Yeah, pretty easy. You can build your own dream house. It's awesome. So growing up, I loved to play the game, right? So I would play for hours at a time in my room on the laptop I got for my bat mitzvah, further disappointing my parents. So if they ever came into my room without knocking first, I would immediately shut the laptop with so much force that now as a rational adult, I'm like, they definitely thought I was like doing some illegal gambling or something else nefarious. What most people do when they play The Sims though is they like to set the house on fire, they'll drown the babies in the swimming pool. Lately I've seen a bunch of TikToks of people creating forced child labor camps. That's a new one, yeah. Not me. What I like to do is have the kids clean the house and get A's in school and grow up to become president. And so I think, yeah, when my parents would come into my room, I was kind of embarrassed because instead of actually, doing any of those things in real life, like cleaning the house or getting an A in school, I was just doing it on my computer. My dad would be like, Jackie, explain this C that you got in math. And I'd be like, okay, fair, but all my kids in The Sims got A's today. And tomorrow they're taking violin lessons. All right. Who wants to hear a story about my colon? All right, so I got a colonoscopy when I was 21. So my dad's an oncologist actually, but I didn't get the colonoscopy at 21 because he's an oncologist, rather because my Jewish mother's married to him. So I go in for the colonoscopy, and when I wake up, the doctor's there with my mom, and he's like, all right, well, the thing itself went really smoothly. We found a few polyps. We're gonna have to do a biopsy, but there is one problem. We lost one of the polyps. How do you lose a polyp? When you think about it, it's really just like a slightly more sophisticated version of that like arcade claw machine. So they lost it, and yeah, just that was bad. So anyway, a few months later, I was going through my mom's office, looking through the family photo albums and everything like that, and I found an envelope that had my name on it. So I opened it, expecting to find like, some baby pictures, family tree, something like that. And that's not what was in there. Instead, it was in color graphic photos of the inside of my colon. Yeah. I would never have lost my polyps, but I guess in a way, I kind of found it in the end. All right, that's all that I've got for you guys, but thank you so much.